Tomorrow morning, your alarm goes off. You silence it. You shuffle through the same routine you have followed for years. And somewhere between brushing your teeth and opening your laptop, you scroll past someone who just made $3,000 teaching people how to organize their kitchen cabinets. You keep scrolling. You tell yourself that is not for people like you. But what if that is the single most expensive lie you will ever believe? Here is what nobody told you about the internet economy. It was not built for celebrities, tech founders, or people with expensive camera equipment. It was built on the back of ordinary people doing ordinary things and being brave enough to share them. The barrier to entry is not talent. It is not connections. It is not money. The only real barrier is the invisible story you keep telling yourself about who gets to participate. Think about what you did yesterday. You cooked a meal. You solved a problem at work. You gave someone advice that made their day easier. You navigated a difficult conversation. You figured something out the hard way so someone else would not have to. Every single one of those moments is a piece of content the internet is actively looking for. The question is not whether you have something to share. The question is why you are still giving it away for free. In 2014, a researcher named Kevin Kelly published a framework that quietly changed how thousands of creators think about building an audience. He called it the concept of 1,000 true fans. His argument was simple and devastating. You do not need millions of followers. You do not need to go viral. You need 1,000 people who genuinely care about what you create. And if each of those people spends $100 a year on your content, your courses, your products, or your membership, you have a six-figure income. 1,000 people out of 8 billion on this planet. That is not a dream. That is a math problem with a very achievable solution. So why does it feel impossible? Because you are comparing your starting point to someone else's middle. You see the polished videos. You see the subscriber counts with 6 zeros. You see the life that looks effortless from the outside. But you did not see the first video that got 11 views. You did not see the shaky voiceover recorded in a closet at midnight. You did not see the 90 days of silence before the algorithm finally decided to pay attention. You are measuring your willingness to begin against someone else's willingness to persist. Those are two completely different conversations. Here is the counterintuitive truth about building an internet income from your everyday habits. The less extraordinary your life appears to you, the more valuable it often is to someone else. Your routine is invisible to you because you have lived inside it for so long. But to the person who has never done what you do, your daily experience is a map they desperately want. The parent who figured out a meal prep system that saves 2 hours every week does not see a business. The algorithm sees an audience of 3 million people who are searching for exactly that answer right now. This is what researchers in media economics call niche authority. It is not about being the best in the world at something. It is about being specific enough that the right people can find you. A broad channel about fitness competes with thousands of creators. A channel about strength training for people over 50 with bad knees competes with almost nobody. The narrower your focus, the wider your reach becomes among the exact people whose problem you solve. That is not a paradox. That is how discovery works on every major platform built after 2005. And the platforms want you to succeed. That might sound surprising, but think about what a platform like YouTube or TikTok actually is. It is a machine designed to connect people who have questions with people who have answers. Every time someone opens the app, they are looking for something. The platform wins when it finds that something for them. So when you publish consistent content on a specific topic, you are not competing with the platform. You are partnering with it. You are giving it exactly the raw material it needs to do its one job. The compounding effect of that partnership is the part most people never stay long enough to see. According to data collected across thousands of creator accounts, the average channel does not see meaningful organic growth until after the 90th day of consistent publishing. That is not because the algorithm is cruel. It is because trust takes time to build. A viewer who finds your channel and sees 3 years of consistent, specific content makes a very different decision than a viewer who finds 2 videos from 8 months ago. The library you build is the business. Every piece of content you publish today becomes a permanent search result that works for you while you sleep. Now here is where this goes from interesting to actionable. Because understanding this system is not the same as using it. So let us talk about exactly what you can do today to stop being a spectator in an economy that was designed to include you. The first step is the one-sentence niche definition. Before you record a single second of content, You need to finish this sentence. I help blank people do blank thing so that blank outcome. That is your entire content strategy. It does not need to be permanent. It does not need to be perfect. It just needs to be specific enough that when the right person stumbles across your work, they feel like you made it specifically for them. Write that sentence today. Put it somewhere you will see it every morning. The second step is the minimum viable setup. You do not need a studio. You do not need professional lighting. You do not need to buy anything. The camera in your phone is more than adequate for your first 90 days of content. The only setup requirement is decent audio, which means recording somewhere quiet and getting your phone within 18 inches of your face. That is it. The production quality of your ideas matters far more than the production quality of your video. The third step is the 30-day consistency protocol. Choose one platform. Choose one format. Choose one day per week to publish. And do not change any of those 3 decisions for 30 days. Not because the first 30 days will make you famous, but because the first 30 days will make you competent. You will learn how to speak to a camera without freezing. You will learn what your audience responds to. You will learn that the fear of being seen is largest before you start and smallest after you do. Tomorrow morning, your alarm will go off. You will silence it. You will move through the same routine you have been moving through for years. The only difference is that this time, you will know that routine is not just a way to get through the day. It is a content library, a niche authority, and the beginning of the only internet business that will ever feel completely natural to you because it is already your life.